I'm turning $100 or less into $1 million using nothing but code. No charts, no guessing. It's day 4. I ran 50 backtests in one afternoon. And here's what I found. You've probably watched trading videos before. You've probably seen someone promise you a strategy that works. Maybe you tried it. Maybe it didn't work. And maybe you thought there's gotta be a better way. Well, there is. I describe what I want. AI writes the code. I test it. And in 60 seconds, I know if it makes money. And if it doesn't, I scrap it and build the next one. No staring at screens, no hoping, no guessing, just code and data. The goal is prop firms. These are companies that hand you money to trade. 50,000, 100,000, 200,000. You pass their challenge, you get funded, and you keep a cut of the profits. I don't need money to get started like the traditional route. I need a strategy that works. And I'm documenting everything. Every win, every failure, every pivot. You're watching it happen. Right now, I'm on day 4. I've been testing this mean reversion strategy, and the idea is simple. Price swings too far, it snaps back. It works on longer time frames, the daily and weekly, but I need shorter time frames for prop firms because I'm gonna need fast trades. So I tested it over and over. 50 backtests, different settings, different assets, different time frames, nothing. Not one profitable setup. So I stopped. I'm not gonna force something that doesn't fit. And instead I ran a different experiment. A trend following versus mean reversion, 10 years of data, head to head, trend following won. So that's the new direction. Today, I'm building a trend following strategy. Tomorrow, I'm adding scalping entries on top. So let me show you what I found. All right, so I have my app open. It's called Quant IDE. Make sure you check it out. It's free to download, and there is a community feature coming soon. I'm on the beta. It looks pretty cool, so we'll all be able to chat. So here's where I'm torn because here is the 10-year backtest for the mean reversion strategy, and it got an 84% win rate, but only a 1.7% return compounded annually, which is about 18% over 10 years, which is not great. And here's the trend following strategy, which looks the same. It's an uptrend, which looks pretty good, but the win rate is only 54%, which means it's only right about half the time. But the compound annual return is 4.5%. So ultimately, the trend following strategy gets a higher return. It makes more money, but the mean reversion strategy is more correct. Maybe this means I need to combine the two and trade a trend strategy on the bigger time frames and then trade a mean reversion strategy within that larger trend. On the app Quant IDE, there is a research tab, which is basically AI automated quantitative research. So it's almost like giving your strategy to a little PhD mathematician. They take it and then they mold it into a strategy that's better probably than what you started with. Here are just a few of the short-term backtests or the optimization backtests that I got for the mean reversion strategy. I couldn't get anything to work and be profitable. So it looks like we're going to keep the trend on the longer time frame to determine which direction we're going to trade, and then within that we're going to mean reversion trade and try to scalp and see if we can get positive results. Can I tell you something? Most people try to learn coding the wrong way. They open a tutorial, build a calculator, make a to-do list, and they quit in a week because it doesn't mean anything. But what if you learned by doing something you actually cared about? Imagine you're testing an idea, your idea, and watching it run. You see the results, you feel what works and what doesn't, and without even realizing it, you're learning to code. That's how I learned, and not from a textbook, from a project I couldn't stop thinking about. Trading was my door, and it might be yours too, or maybe it's something completely different. The point is, find a project that excites you and learn by building. That's the fastest path. And if trading excites you, don't be afraid to follow along. Mean reversion and trend following are opposites. Mean reversion says price went too far. It'll come back. Buy low, sell high, makes sense. But it takes time, big swings, patience. Trend following says something different. If it's moving, it keeps moving, ride the wave. That happens fast. And on a 10-year backtest, trend following won. So now when you're thinking about your own strategy, trend following tells you the direction. Scalping finds entries within that direction. You stack ideas, use what works, discard what doesn't. So where are we? Mean reversion is dead for long time frames. 50 tests, nothing. Trend following is the new foundation. Tomorrow I'm adding scalping logic on top. We'll see if this is the one that actually trades fast and profits. 50 tests sounds like a lot, but it took one afternoon. Not weeks, not months, one afternoon. Most traders take years to figure out what doesn't work. They trade live, they lose real money, they blame themselves. I did that for 3 years, chasing setups, hoping, until I was broke and had nothing to show for it. What changed? I learned to build. When you can test fast, you can let go fast. When the next idea takes 10 minutes instead of 10 months, you stop clinging to that last one. I learned to code through trading. That skill got me interviews at Bloomberg, JP Morgan, Bank of America. It got me good jobs. It let me start a company. Trading was just the project. Code was the unlock. And now AI makes it even more accessible. That's the door I walked through, and it's still wide open. So day 4, done. 50 tests, nothing worked. But now we know, and knowing took an afternoon, not a year. Trend following is the foundation. Tomorrow we add scalping. If you're just finding the series, stick around. You're watching me build $1 million algorithm in real time. Every test, every dead end, every breakthrough. And if you want to learn how to code, this is a fun way to do it. Don't just watch, build alongside me. The link is in the description. Day 4, we're just getting started. See you tomorrow.